Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is where you are, and welcome back to another episode on the Annoyed Dad channel. Right, just prior to us starting on today's episode, yeah, let's get somewhere a bit quieter, shall we? They're cracking creatures, but right. So, let's go around here because the chickens are a bit quieter. So, just before we start today, I just thought I would clarify something from yesterday's video. I haven't posted yesterday's video yet, so I don't know what... Fucking wind. Right, let's try and stand out the wind. I do have another thingy to do the sound, so I'm going to start doing that this week. This will hopefully be the last video with wind issues. Right. Yesterday, we spoke about losing Mr. Hands. Oh, just we say that, there goes Lottie. I believe that what had happened was where I put the additional electric fence up, it's smaller. And Hands and Lottie have on quite a few days been flying out. And they've been getting out and they've just been wandering around the field, sort of like thing. Yesterday, when I came up here of an evening to put the birds away, it had gone dark. And it had been dark for a couple of hours because I was doing a family thing, and so by the time I come up here, unfortunately he'd been taken by the fox, but at that stage everybody else was in, so I suspect him and Lottie were out, and it wasn't because our electric fencing was down and the fox had got in. Had the fox have got in, he would have killed a lot more birds rather than just the one. So anyway, moving swiftly on, let's see what we're going to look at today. Today we've got a little problem with a rat. Now I am hoping one evening to get down here with the gun and I can show you some rat in action, a little bit of shooting action. But we have got a little problem with this coop down here at Mr. Rat. Let's go around the other side of it. So you can see you can't see, can you? There we go, let's put you down. Now you can see. There you go, so you can see I've got bricks down and stones down and everything else down. But unfortunately, just here, I've got the tractor scoop. And what the rats are basically doing is they're digging tunnels to be able to go under and then get in there. So they can't get any further forward than the scoop because the bottom of the scoop goes up against the side of the thing, so it's just underneath here where they're getting. So somehow we've got to block that in to stop Mr. Ratimus and his friends from getting in there anymore. Right, I think that's time to crack out some wire. Right, okay, so we've chosen our wire, and it's just a wire mesh. It's a very small wire mesh. If I put you down onto my fingers there so as you can get a rough idea, I think that's what they call 1/2 inch, because it's roughly 1/2 inch between that bit and that bit, so between the two bits it's roughly 1/2 inch. So this is small stuff. This isn't cheap stuff. You can buy cheap stuff, but if you buy cheap stuff you're going to buy it 12 times. I got told this so many times when I started out, and still I went out and I brought the cheap stuff, and all that happens with the cheap stuff is that Mr. Rat comes along and he just chews straight through it. Mr. Rat, wild rat, has got very, very sharp teeth. The ones you've got at home, if you've got them as a pet, they're not quite as sharp because they don't have to be. So if you look at the wire which is used for the cage as well, you can see that this is thick stuff that the rat can't actually chew through, but the bird can peck your fingers through. So what we're going to do is just going to clear everything out the way, and we're going to get this bit of wire in there and hopefully get it tacked down enough and around the bit of the tractor that I can't actually move to stop the rat from getting in there. Right, I'll just bring you back in and just show you what I've actually done. And you can see that I haven't fixed it in yet, it's all still loose. But where it's going past here, I've just sliced it down because I've got a piece that's coming, it's coming all the way across over to here. So I've just sliced it down, I'm just laying this piece down here and then I'll cover that back up with the stone. So these stones have actually been really, really good at helping to keep the rats out of going in this way. And you can see just down here on this bit, where the rat's hole is and where it's built its tunnel, I've actually tucked it right into the tunnel and it's going right down through there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slice off some little bits of wire, and I'm going to use these just to hold this bit of wire onto our other mesh, and that'll hold everything in place. And then we'll see about filling in this hole here, and once we've filled in that, we'll then put the bricks back and we'll be done. Okay, so that's just a bit of dirt there that's put in. It's not going to be in there tight because, of course, it's just loose dirt that's put in there. The rats could, in theory, if they wanted to, dig it out. But what you generally tend to find is that with things like rats and foxes and other stuff like that, is that they try to dig here. And if they can't dig there, then they try to dig there. And if they can't dig there, then they tend to go away. They don't seem to come back the full 12 inches. So what I do is, rather than doing like before where we have the bricks right up against the coop, I'll put the bricks out to the side and on the edge of the wire. The reason being there, so that when the grass is still growing, and yes, grass is still growing here in mid-November, it's not going to grow for too much longer, but it's going to get a chance to grow up, and that'll bed that right in, like it's in far enough now as it is anyway. And then Mr. Rat, hopefully, when he comes along, isn't going to be able to get that. But I'm just going to do one final thing. Right, this is what is called a fen trap, F-E-N-N. And you can see how I've had it set up, and the safety was still on it. So let me just put it down. What we'll do is we'll just place that alongside here, like so. Whack off the safety. What have I got around me that I can use? Here we go, got a nice big bit of wood. So basically what happens is Mr. Rat comes along and that happens in an instant. And then your rat is basically caught. It ain't getting away from that. And you can see how even on a big bit of wood, it makes clear imprints and impressions. So, fingers crossed. What I will do is I will place that right where I think they're running. Get it set. There we go, so that's all set. So there we go, that's all set in there, and we will come back tomorrow morning and we will see if anything has been caught. But that will be in another video. That won't be in today's video. So I'll say there, if you have not already done so, please do hit that subscribe button, because we are releasing videos virtually every single day during England's second lockdown. Please do like, please do comment, please do share, please do tell me I'm wrong, I'm right, and whatever else. I don't really mind. Just leave it down in the comment section down below. And until tomorrow's video, bye bye.